Well, here was a game against, who is this, Huger? Playing Sig River Cutthroat. It's like a bad Edric. You maximum gonna draw one card off of it, but lets you play different colors. I'm playing Sliver Queen as always, can't keep this hand. And decide that I'm gonna risk keeping this start. And my opponent, well, first of all, let's get rid of that. My opponent leads off with Chrome Mox here. Card that I've oft considered for this stack, however, there are a few things against it. One is that this deck tends to run a lot of artifacts, so it really minimizes your options and what you can pitch. And two is that because Chrome, the most fatal flaw is that Chrome Mox doesn't produce any color mana, and for that reason, it's just not that good in a 5-color deck. So he gets down with a trusty Machete, able to hit the magic 3, so he's drawing cards right off the bat on turn 2. And taking it out of my life. Luckily I drew land on both of my turns, so at least in that sense I'm okay. He suspends Infiltrator Ilkor, a very slow 3-1 with no abilities. With Shadow, but Shadow doesn't mean anything to me. Spell Pierce is my mystical tutor. And so I've got nothing to do again but let him draw more cards with my life total. And pretty much at this point all I can do is cross my fingers. And Infiltrator Ilkor comes untapped. Or into play rather, and then look at this. Glenny Elandra Liege. So his Sig is now a 5-6 and the Infiltrator is a 4-2, which means I'm not going to be taking either one of those with Shackles. But Glenn itself is 2-3, so there's a chance that I can do that. And knowing this, of course, he moves his Machete, so rough spot, need a land to just take Sig, slow down his card drawing perhaps. So I go digging, and there's no island there. He makes a pile like this. So I take the mana. Extremely strong for me to ramp out like that. And transmute with the mana that I had floating, transmute the muddle for demonic. The thing is, like, although I'm trying to get control of this game, I'm also trying to stop the bleeding, and Terminus will hopefully do both for me. And because he gave me so much mana, I'm able to actually just hard cast it. I could have transmuted muddle for say Teachings, and then say Merchant Scroll, and then scrolled for Teachings, and then Teachings during my upkeep for Vampiric, and then Vampiric also during my upkeep for Terminus, and played Terminus for 1 that way, and then had the Teachings to flash back. And the net result is it would have saved me a card. I would have lost a card on the Vampiric, saved a card because I would have had the Teachings in the graveyard. So basically this here play breaks even, doesn't cost me 2 life, and if you add up the mana from Teachings, Vamp, and the Terminus itself is 6, this here also costs 6, so basically I end up with the same card result and 2 more life. So getting back to the game, he's moving his Machete around. Gets down with the Lacerator and a Genju of the Falls. It's whenever this creature dies, the Genju goes back to his graveyard, and it's a 3/2 flyer that he can activate for 2 mana. So just in time though, there's a strip mine. So I go for the big clear. I think it was a real misplay for him to play the Lacerator, knowing that I had just demonic tutored, because clearly I'm going to go get some way to clean the board up. And I don't want to tap down. I've got a counterspell up, so I just relax here and pass the turn. Now I understand why he activated the Genju of the Falls. But what I don't understand is why he tried to equip the machete to it. So I just strip it. He gets to pick up the Genju. And I get to... I guess he just wanted to encourage me to use strip and then follow it up next turn with attacking for 5, attack for 5 and I'm dead. Attack for 5 and 3 and I'm dead. But I have them lightened, so I go get Crucible. Down comes strip. And a Power Stone, since I've got the mana. Again, activates the Genju, which I can agree with. Equips the machete, which I can't, unless his hand is just completely empty. And then plays Twisted Image. He's obviously just trying to draw a card. And if he would have played the image and I stripped in response, he wouldn't have got to draw the card because the target would have been illegal. So that's acceptable. So he cycles it. Re-equips. There's no other play. Now, I'm able to get the staff down and I drew that swords, so Genju, it only goes back to his hand when the creature is put into the graveyard from play. So I just don't care about his life total at all. So I let him equip the machete and wait to see if he'll equip even more, which he doesn't. And I clear it out of swords and start killing his dual lands, which are more important to me. Now I might have held the strip mine till the end of his turn just because of Bojuka Bog in his colors, but I decided to just go for it. And end of turn play Mystical Teachings instead, which I want to actually just get more counter magic and then follow up by getting Stroke. He has Trickery though, which, I mean, how perfect is that, right? So I counter the Trickery and then, yeah, he gives up. He gives up. The handwriting's on the wall. I'm just going to go get Mana Drain or Cryptic Command, depending on my... Most likely Mana Drain though. And then next turn I get the strip back out, replay the Teachings and go get Stroke of Genius, and that's it. Well, hope you enjoyed that game. It was a pretty rough start, but pretty smooth sailing after the recovery play. See you next time.